So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a breakdown of the board meeting this past Monday. We're going to talk about all the things that I was finally to say and let loose, and all the little nuances about exactly how the school board still does not treat me like an actual person. So what I wanted to come in and talk about restoring some faith in humanity. I've been supporting the schools for years, and I still do, and I just want to make sure that this problem is fixed going forward, because I already understand that there's no fixing us. I wanted to do it publicly, very openly. I think I've been pretty open about being open. It removes a level of humanity when all we are alphanumeric codes. The only audience I get with them is my 3 minutes at the board meeting, and they've set it up that way. So that brings us back to Monday, February 24th, the day that I finally took my meager 180 seconds and actually gave them a piece of my mind that they refused to hear, and I hope that they can't refuse to hear it anymore. After I got through telling them the facts, I was finally able to mic drop on the way out.
The issue is that you will only speak to me behind closed doors.
You have a period
celebrate your
standing
accolades.
there talking about anti-bullying,
suffer
talking
daily,
about
and by
how
people,
their
I
child
mean
had been
not
bullied,
just the
talking about
students.
how
Yes,
they
that's
then
what
lost
I'm
their
talking
child
about
to
right now, but
suicide.
I have sent these things to you. I have
After
all the emails.
I finally
Edwin
counted
Court,
down my last few seconds,
my
because
son
I
was
spoke a little
bullied.
bit faster
Fact.
than I should have, so I had a few seconds left.
We
What I
fact.
did is I had my daughter write
We do not feel that it
988
was followed up
on
on
the inside of my
correctly.
wrist,
Fact.
so that as I
We had
walk
been
out,
ghosted.
holding my
Fact.
horns high and telling everyone
I have been at these
that if
board meetings
they feel like
respectfully.
they are going to hurt
Fact.
themselves or know someone that may
Speak for
call
Julian.
988.
HonoringJulian.com. I would challenge every last one of you as to whether or not I have been respectful at this podium for multiple years. Shake your head at me, go ahead. Because again, when they use the term all students, that just hurts every time they say all students. And I am sitting there, and I have been there and spoken to them about the ones that are getting left behind constantly. I do not know how many families I know whose children are absolutely terrified to go to school, and they have actually told the school about why and who and where and how. And yet still there's a state requirement that your butt has to be in that seat. And if your butt's not in that seat, then the school doesn't get their money. So the academic performance doesn't matter if you don't make it through. I'd like to know what has been changed in the schools since I have been at this podium for years about bullying. It would be good to reevaluate the ability to do some things with your personal devices, like report bullying when it happens. And then when that child is recommended they be put on full homebound and not have to go deal with the bullies that the school's not dealing with, the district denied. And then it was appealed and denied. For a medical doctor to ask for a thing and then for the district to go through a policy and say it doesn't fit X, Y, or Z for the policy does not seem right to me. Less than 6 months from having lost my son to suicide, following having suffered multiple bullying incidents throughout the school, and having just figured we'll get over it and we'll get by. So if that kind of frames for you why I don't feel like I can let this go, I've gotten up here dozens of times and cordially spoken within my time limits. I feel like several of you know why I'm here tonight. There are more students that are at risk inside the walls of your school, not outside the walls of your school. My son would be here today if y'all had done something different. Schools don't want to speak up about bullying because it's not financially advisable. If the school stood up and said, I have a problem and I've not been handling it well, but I'm going to improve, then that would just open the lawsuit floodgates. If a child reports bullying, the way we do it now is that the teacher needs to not only evaluate if it's just one of those tattletale situations. If the teacher can't get the support, then neither
can the bully's victim. And then neither of them learn. The bully doesn't learn that it's wrong. The victim doesn't learn that the system should be able to protect them. There's so much liability that the schools are afraid to stand up and admit that they made a mistake. The schools can't speak up because of who holds the purse strings.